Let's do that.
Welcome
Okay, thank you.
Inspired podcast community. I'm so happy about this new episode with an interview guest. And his name
Yep.
is Hasan.
Hasan Turgut.
Oh,
Hasan
thank you
Turgut.
so much.
Yeah,
Hasan Turgut.
Hasan Turgut.
And I want to
Yes,
present you as the wonderful student of
yes,
the Principles of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And we met through
yes,
this in the year 2023. We are connected via Facebook,
yes,
and
yes.
we were together in the Study and Grow Rich program. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yes.
Okay. And I
Study
would like
program.
to
Yeah.
present, would you like to present yourself and talk a little about you, please?
Okay. I was born in 1960 in Turkey. Kütahya, my home city, is a ceramic and porcelain city in the middle of Turkey. So I studied in high school, then went to Istanbul, for mining engineering, mining metallurgical engineering. I studied there 4 years. Then I got scholarship. I went to San Francisco, to University of California, Berkeley, and that was a big challenge for me. Cultural shock. California is different than anywhere else, and especially San Francisco. Cultural shock, and so I 6 months I studied English, University of California, Berkeley campus. Then I went to New Mexico. New Mexico is the city, Socorro, was a mining and engineering department. I studied there, mining and engineering.
Yes.
Then after 2 years, I came back to Turkey, and studied metallurgical engineering. And so I got actually scholarship for PhD, doctorate degree, but I quit. So because 2 years I was away from my home and also my family, and so I went to military service. So in the military, I was with the American generals. I was translator officer for NATO. NATO in NATO in Erzincan. I was translator officer, and I was a tour guide also for the foreign soldiers. So I came back to Istanbul and start export-import business. I was exporting some minerals from Turkey, my city, to Egypt, to Cairo, Egypt. I went there 3 times to Egypt, and I got a nice papyrus paper from Egypt. And so I got nice friends from Egypt. Then I went to Romania for cement business. Then I went to Australia, Sydney, Melbourne, and Canberra. I stayed there 6 months for tourism business. And so for Anzac, Anzac came in 1915 to Turkey, and there was a big war. We were allied with the German and Turkish people together, and then Australian, English, and the others are together. And there was a big fight in Dardanelles, Çanakkale War. And then that time I was a tour guide in Dardanelles in Anzac Day. So I went to Australia for 6 months, and so I tried to get some tourists to Turkey. And that time there was another war, in Iraqi war. Kuwait invaded by Saddam Hussein, and so we didn't make any business. And I came back to Turkey, and then I started working with Japanese. Mitsubishi Corporation company, Mitsubishi Corporation. I went to Japan to visit factories, and also I went to different countries with Mitsubishi, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkish Republic, Turkish, origin countries, and then came back to Turkey and start working to my home city. I got married with a local girl, Turkish local girl. My home city, Kütahya, porcelain city. And so I came to my city, and then 30 years now, we are married. I have got two daughters. One of them is dentist. She made my teeth last month. And the other one is airplane engineer. She's an airplane engineer and the Turkish Airlines. She's working in Istanbul. And so she's happy in Istanbul. And the other, my daughter is in Didim, Izmir, by seaside. We're married with a pharmacist, her schoolmate. So I now I go to England quite often to take students to England. You know, in London, Brighton, we have language schools in Brighton by the seaside. We take students to Brighton, and so from local people, about 50 students I have taken there now. During the summer, it's summer courses for short courses, 15 days we stay in Brighton. And at the same time, I'm a tour guide now, local tour guide. People come from different cities by train. I take them around. We have Çavdarhisar Aizonnoi, is a Zeus temple we have. And there was a German archaeologist. He was, working in there, in the Aizonnoi. And then also we have Frick Valley, very historical areas, and Byzantine castle in our city. I take people around, and so I enjoy myself. And nowadays, I try to learn Think and Grow Rich. We just started a group at Zoom programs with my friends, and so they think and learn English. And so they will learn English, and so because they want to learn English, and so they want to be successful. In Turkey, people can understand English. If you speak English, they understand, but they cannot talk because of the maybe language problem. I don't know what is this, but they need. I try to make them speak English, and I am planning to take them to Brighton, to England for summer, this summer, in July. And so we will be in, language school there. So Napoleon Hill, one of my best, how do you say, model of people in the world. And I like Mevlana, I like Mandela, I like, Mahatma Gandhi from India, I like people who makes contribution to the world. And we are very close to Germany. Quite often I go to Germany as a translator to Munich. I go to Munich, and Munich Messe in 1995. And so in 1997 again Frankfurt, and 3 years ago I went to again Munich for a ceramic messe. I went there, and so German people, I like Germany, very nice country, very organized, very well organized, and so people are very disciplined, very nice discipline, and so they like Turkish döner, Turkish kebab. They like Turkish kebab, and they like to come to Turkey for holiday. That's why I like German people. But American people generally cannot come to Turkey. Generally, they go to Italy, they go to France, Paris, they go to Italy, maybe sometimes Germany, and they go to German Americans, and sometimes Spain, they go to Spain. Americans also nowadays coming to Izmir area. And so many Americans come to Turkey because of the NATO bases, military purposes. They come to Turkey for military purposes. Americans are good friends of mine. There are many good friends of mine, American friends. They come to my city. I take them around to Zeus temple. And there is first trade borsa exchange, stock exchange market in my city. It is, during the Roman times. It is Roman times. Sorry, I talk too much. And so, yes, please, this is my life.
Oh, it's okay. So my
In
question
general.
was to introduce yourself, and I have now a very good insight what you did,
Yeah.
what you already achieved, and what I can take away from your sharing is you shared with us what inspires you. These are different cultures. When you work
Yes.
with people of different cultures, like American English and Germans and the Turkish
Yeah.
community, of course, then you like as
Yeah.
well the food when we talk about döner or kebab. And
Yes. Yeah.
right yesterday, I came across a Facebook posting somewhere. Someone was posting in there that American people also love the döner kebab, but there is no great opportunity to get it here in the US. So this could be a great business idea for everyone who wants to start their business. This is an opportunity.
Yes.
And then you shared with us who inspires you. And I heard names like Napoleon Hill, Mahatma Gandhi, and Nelson Mandela. I like Nelson Mandela. I like those three people as well, especially Nelson Mandela, 28 years in prison. We know his story. And my son, if you didn't know this, my eldest son is named Nelson. His first name is Nelson.
Oh, that's great.
And for me,
Okay.
Nelson, the name stands for peace because
Mm.
yeah, he won the Nobel Peace Prize, Nelson
Mm.
Mandela, and he unifies the people of color and the people, the yeah, whatever people.
Mhm.
But and this is also my purpose, to create peace and to connect people. And this is why I did this podcast. I interview people from all over the world sharing their stories and how to connect, and we are all connected. So
Yes.
let me ask you a question. But I
Yes.
know the answer already. It's
Mm.
funny
Yeah.
because I just received the answer, but I want to know from you, how do you inspire others?
I inspire by others because of their working. So the people are always. I see some people are working on Facebook. I can see I can see yourself, for example, on the internet, and so I mean Instagram, and so or YouTube or Messenger, and always you're on online. You're always online, and so you always answer the questions, and so this inspires me. That means this lady is a super lady, super atomic lady. And so she can answer all the questions. She can always respect. That's very important. You respect everyone. You don't choose people. You respect everybody. I noticed that. You respect African people. You respect Middle East people. You respect Turkish people, respect everybody of the world. So this is not very common in the world, especially Western world. Some people are, not very. They have some. How do you say? On brain, in their brain. It's some subconscious. In the subconscious, they have some kind of thinking. They think, for example, Turkish people about Turkish. They think about Arabic people. For example, in England, there are many Arabic people I have seen. When I go to England, and I'm inspired. They like to learn English. They come all the way to England. They learn English. This is very good. Arabic people speak very good English. They go to America. So Arabic people, but Turkish people, they don't speak English very often, but they speak German generally because of the guest workers in Germany. there are 3 millions, I think now, 3 million Turkish guest workers. They went in 1960s to Germany 60 years ago. And then they became a businessman now in Germany. They became businessmen. And their children became young people. They are the businessmen. They are now with they speak very good German. They speak very good German. Only the color of face, they are a little bit black, or how they darker than the Germans, and so. But they got the discipline of German. Yes, that inspires me. People who has discipline, and so continuously continue. I noticed you always online, and so you're always working new ideas, and so this podcast makes me very happy to. I have been listening your interviews with different people. I listen. That inspires me. Podcast. I watch it from Spotify. From Spotify to your voice is everywhere, so that makes me very happy. I always tell people this is my friend Caroline, Coach Caroline, Coach Caroline, and so that's good.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
I like it.
I'd
You're
like to
welcome.
emphasize that I love very much how you use the word respect
Yes.
and also the word discipline. About self-discipline. When we want to achieve a goal, we have to be very disciplined. And then I want to tell you a secret why
Yeah.
I'm acting that way. Because
Yeah.
if you asked me while you were talking that I respect all the people, first of all, I didn't understand what you mean by this, but you explained it, and now I know. And
Mhm.
at once, so immediately I received the answer. Why am I doing this? Why am I that way? Why I have this attitude? And I tell you the secret, and also to the audience, the secret is I don't label persons. I don't put a label on. This is the black person. This is the person from Turkey. This is the person from yeah, whatever. No label. Human is human. I see in your eyes, I see your divinity, and you see mine. You see, we see our higher self. We are all
Yes.
one and all connected. And this is my secret. Yes.
Lovely. So, because of your family, I think. What about your family? Your mother, father is same way? Are they, like open-minded like you, or just yeah, typical German? Are they typical
Question.
German?
The question is a trap. First of all, there's no typical German because Germany is the country of immigration. You know this, you mentioned the 3 million guest worker we witnessed, and also from Italy. We have, in the 60s when we
From
had
Yugoslavia, Italy, yeah,
from
yeah,
everywhere. So we
yeah,
are an
yeah.
immigration country or nation. And so we welcome everyone, and this is good. I grew up in the Rhine-Ruhr area. It's the state with the biggest state in Germany regards to the inhabitants. We have 20 million inhabitants. This is the same amount as the Netherlands. Just to give you, it's
Yes.
25%
Big amount, yeah,
whole
yeah.
population of Germany. So for us, we have no prejudices. We welcome everyone, and if the person doesn't behave, then we exclude, or we say, improve your attitude or whatever. So this first of all, and your question is a trap. So I can say to you, I can mention how. So I did a DNA test, but just for fun, 2 or 3 years ago, and then it turned out I always saw myself as global citizen and as
Yes.
European. And in the DNA test came that half of me is Western European and the other half is Eastern European. And this is exactly where my parents came together. One from the Eastern, my father is from the Eastern side. This is where my last name comes from. Biesalski is
Oh, great.
name. And my mother is
Yeah.
typically Westphalian. It's like Western Europe, and this fits together.
see.
I consider myself as European. I am European, born European with the European spirit. In America, in the USA, they call the European or Europe the old world, I think. The European went to the US, and yeah, it's all European people here in the US. Everyone has roots in the from the old world, you know. So I'm glad to be in the new world now. And
I see. Yes.
I thank you for this
Good.
question,
Yes,
because
yes, good.
normally, and you turned the interview, so you asked me a question. So this is also why it is a trap. Excuse me. And
No problem.
you revealed your your gifts and talents. It's your reading group, Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, I like to invite you. I like to invite you tomorrow, 5 p.m. Turkish time, to our group. We Zoom. I will send you the Zoom link. Okay, at 5. Are you free tomorrow, 5 o'clock p.m. 5 p.m.
Out
Turkish time?
in my calendar.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
please take a look.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
think we exceeded our, but it's okay. We have 20 minutes and I have the
That's
next
great.
interview. And everyone who
Yes.
wants to reach out to Hasan to get in the reading
Yes.
group can do
Yes.
it through me or through you. Let's get
Yes.
get together
Take
and
it.
world. I would
Okay.
see this. Peace is
Okay.
created by us. Thank
All
you.
right. I will send it to you. Please share, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good
Bye-bye.
inspiration. Bye-bye.